Alright, it's the Purple Yeti Roar, and I'm back. Yes, it's late, but it's the weekend. I had some extracurricular activities going on. It happens. I'm the Purple Yeti. I have my ridiculous moniker. Got my Big 12 champion t-shirt, K-State. Don't know when the next time that's going to happen. I got a tasty little Crystal Light and tequila. Very nice. And I'm here this week for the Purple Yeti Roar. I didn't watch a lot of college football. Extracurricular activities. Although, I'll go ahead and recap what I did see, and then also talk a little bit about what happened in the news most recently. So, let's go ahead and get started. The only game I really saw this week was most of the Oklahoma and Notre Dame game. It was a pretty good weekend for extracurricular activities because, well, Kansas State did not play. A lot of the Big 12 teams were off this week. It's kind of interesting. I'm looking forward to next weekend to see what kind of crops up. At any rate, we did see a pretty good matchup between those two people. By people I mean groups of, with teams in front or behind them. So, what happened? I really don't know. It looks like Oklahoma just dominated Notre Dame. Blake Bell did alright. Trevor Knight came in, took some snaps because Bell had some cramps or something. And Tommy Reese is Tommy Reese. So, what can you do with that? Looks like Mentai Te'o has missed a lot over there in South Bend. Notre Dame owns that series, though. I think they're like 8-1 against Oklahoma, but now they're 8-2. So, law of averages, I guess, or whatever law of boomer sooners, I guess is what you would call it. I got to watch some of the LSU Clemson game, but I really don't remember much of it all. So, that's all I got. But there is plenty of news that have happened and has happened in the last couple of days. Well, let's just ease on into it, shall we? Mark Emmert says that a lot of change is going to come ahead for the NCAA. They've been softening the blow for the last couple of months, and it's going to come to ahead in January. So we'll see something going on. Now the ADs are standing up and saying they're not going to pay their kids, but they're the athletic directors. I mean, of course they want all the money for themselves. And they're egregious, screw educational institution, whatever. The money is there. It's probably going to happen. If not with this change in the NCAA, then whatever the college presidents and whoever else decides what to do. And as a product of that, unfortunately, EA Sports is not making a college football game. Yes, that's right. They settled their asses out of court against those NCAA kids because they knew they were taking their likenesses. I mean, it's almost like a football simulator. You almost have to simulate what they kind of look like. Like Johnny Manziel can't be a 6'5", 300-pound black guy. He's gonna be a little runt that runs around and throws touchdowns. So, yeah, you're gonna see that, and it was an obvious case. So, they settled out of court quick, and then now because of the settlement, they're not making any more NCAA games, which I guess we'll just have to wait and see. Like, I mean, will it be a Tecmo Bowl kind of thing where some modders or some online types just update the rosters with current players, non-for-profit, whatever. Well, wait, NCAA is non-for-profit. Point is that we probably have not seen the last of an NCAA college football video game. Of course, Big Ten's Jim Delany pretty much has come up with the idea of having like a minor league for football players, which it's too late for that, really. I mean, it used to be NFL Europe, but now they're just going to expand out to Europe. There's USFL came and gone, the XFL came and went. A minor league system for football players, nobody's going to watch that. I mean, then you're competing directly. It's different within basketball because you have an apples and oranges situation. You have 5 players on the court for basketball and like 11 on the field for football, and there's specialists on both sides. So really, the number of people needed to put together a game is greatly increased for football compared to basketball. So you can't have a minor league system with that. Personally, I think Delany's just kind of sprinkling some alternatives just to, again, lighten the blow of what's going to come in January, because they all know what's going on. They're just kind of sprinkling little nuggets for everybody to chew on while we wait until then. Fortunately, there's plenty of football to keep our minds off of that, as it should be. What else? Well, speaking of the NCAA, they've bent over backwards. Yeah, pun intended, for Penn State. They're gonna relieve some of the sanctions for them. That makes sense. It's kind of like you do the big shock thing, and then you get the little reward system going. As long as you stay good, we'll give some of this back. It's kind of a shock, not a shock and awe, but it's like you see it in politics or negotiation really, where you go all the way out here, and your real goal is right here, and you just kind of nudge it along. So they're just kind of controlling the behavior of Penn State right now. That said, USC has requested to get rid of that, or at least lessen the sanctions that they got, because they're getting crippled, or at least, well, we'll get to that in a second. But the point is that they are doing the same thing. They want to get rid of those sanctions, and actually we haven't heard anything from the NCAA yet. But because USC got, they fell apart in like epic Kansas Jayhawk football style, and just laid down in the second half against Arizona State, from what I read. And because of that, Lane Kiffin got canned. They didn't even let him get on the team bus. They drug him out of the airport and said, "You're fired, see you later," and the bus drove away without him. That's kind of cold. But, that's college football these days. And really, he's had a lot of chances. He came in there in a bad situation anyway, but, he didn't help himself anyway. But he's gone, so let the coaching search begin. Yes, that's right. Because of that, not to be one-upped and land some talent, coincidentally enough, today, Texas Athletic Director DeLoss Dodds says he's going to retire at the end of this year. And I might have talked about it earlier, but when that came up, I didn't want to run with it because it was a local sports radio station in Kansas City, and that's not reliable at all, because it's a bunch of sports talkers. So, yeah, DeLoss is gone. The same week Lane Kiffin gets canned. So you gotta wonder if Mack's on his last year. It doesn't matter because it sounds like they're gonna line up an AD at some point. Is this going to be a really big year for the coaching carousel? Are we going to see both USC and Texas look for a head coach? Ugh. I don't know. It's about to get nasty. That's all I know. So yeah, good luck on future endeavors for people who got fired, and yeah, we'll see what happens with Texas. And I think that is gonna do it. Um, I'm definitely gonna be plopping down for some games this weekend. I don't know what I got cooking for cooking, but look for that. Tickets probably gonna be Thursday. Get ready. Most of the Big 12 should be in action. So finally, fall is here. The leaves are turning brown. The pumpkin spice is out. Um, have a good one, folks. Watch some football, and until next time, see ya.